In this video, we're going to talk about what to do on the actual Instadate. And the first thing that you want to know is that chances are wherever you bring her, you're going to be covering the cost, okay? Meaning don't bring her anywhere where you wouldn't feel comfortable paying for the two of you. Okay, if you're one of those guys that thinks that men and women should split the bill, understand this. Whether you're right or whether you're wrong about who should pay for the bill, if you don't at least offer, you're going to offend a lot of women and you're not going to hear from them again, okay? Or at least you're going to cause a lot of problems that you really shouldn't have, okay? So paying for her might be a small compliment. It might be a luxury for her as an attractive woman, and she might not really even notice it if you do. But believe me, if you don't pay for it, or at least offer to, she will be insulted, and believe me, she will notice it, okay? And it's basically going to say that you're a cheap guy and you really don't like her that much. You really don't care to treat her like a woman that you like. Really, like, think about that, okay? If you're concerned about looking weak or looking needy or coming off as just another guy who wants to hook up with her, if you don't be concerned about that, and you won't be, okay? Especially if you keep the cost between like $10 to $20 instead of spending $50 to $100 or more, then you'll definitely come off a little weird unless you know how to pull it off. But believe me, she's not ever going to walk away from seeing you not pay for it and think, wow, what a great guy. That guy is unique. She's going to think you're a douche, okay? Also, if you really want a small trick to make sure that you definitely don't come off douchey and you also don't come off weak, okay, you don't come off needy or anything like that, is just say, yeah, look, don't worry, I got the cost this time, it's my treat. Next time, if we see each other again, we'll get some ice cream and you could cover that cost, okay? Does that sound fair? And now you started a nice, healthy give and take relationship frame, and you even set the idea that you want to see her again, which is also really good. As far as locations of where to bring her, parks, coffee shops, bakeries, anything like those areas are really, really good because they're simple and they're inexpensive, okay? Just make sure that they're not loud and they're not overcrowded where you can't hear each other, or it'd be too difficult to go in and out of the place, okay? Meaning you don't want to bring her to a place where you're going to have to wait forever to order, then wait forever to get your food, and then even longer to get the check, okay? You should be able to get in and out of there in 5 to 10 minutes maximum if you really wanted to, okay? You might not leave that early, but you should have that ability. And obviously, if it's cold outside, don't bring her to the park for her to freeze her ass off, okay? Remember, this thing really should be enjoyable for her. It should be a fun, convenient, and very easygoing experience, and it's going to be very hard to do that if she's freezing. As far as the conversation goes, follow the same instructions that I explained in the vibing section with the light to moderate touching. You want to be able to have high quality stories to tell her about yourself. And remember, you really want to overwhelm her with amazing qualities about yourself through those stories and through whatever you communicate to her, so she knows you're a great guy. So focus on creating that amazing connection, build that even stronger, and the more you do that, the more she'll be awed by you. As far as pulling her home goes from the Instadate, you're going to make sure to reseed the pull when she's more comfortable by saying something like, all right, well, look, I'm really happy that you warmed up to me because I really did want to show you where I live. I'm telling you, there's a lot of nice things. I have a beautiful view. I have a really nice living space. My couches are so comfortable. I have a mini bar. It would be really cool to bring you there and go. So, I'm glad you warmed up. We'll finish up here and then we're going to go over there. Okay, sound good? It's still pretty close by. It didn't change. Okay, so make sure that you do that you do see that pull no more than 10 to 15 minutes into the Instadate, okay? After you arrive at the location, do that. And then as you're nearing finishing up the Instadate or your food or whatever it is that you're drinking, you're going to say, all right, so we'll grab a check in a second, we'll head over. Or you could say, oh, okay, well, look, yeah, I'm almost done with my food, so we could walk over in a minute. I'm really excited to show you it. You're going to freaking love it. And then when you're done, you're going to start leading her home. And if she still can't come, sure, you'll take her to a second location, and that location should be even closer to your home. But it's really rare that you're going to need that second location, and definitely not a third, okay? That's really unheard of with this method. As I said, most women at this point, if they're still with you, she's pretty much ready to go. There's just something missing. Maybe she just needs you to take the lead a little bit longer, but she could have left at any point, so obviously she still is interested. Okay, you need to understand that and trust that. What might have happened though is like she might have to leave, right? Like if that could happen where she might have to leave, and that means that you really want to grab her contact information and you want to set up a date, as much of the date as possible before parting ways, and I explain that in the later sections. Now lastly, on the rare occasion that you somehow didn't see the pole to your home and then you just went straight for the Instadate and you just didn't listen to my instructions basically, what you want to do is you want to seed the poll within the first 10 minutes of the interaction, even if you're on the way to the Instadate, okay? So you could say, oh, by the way, after we go to this coffee shop, I really want to show you my rooftop. Do you like rooftops? Obviously she does. You'll say, awesome, I really want to show it to you. Like you could, see this from there. You could see the Empire State Building, blah, blah, whatever. Like whatever the venue qualifiers are, you're going to tell them to her, and you're going to make this whole experience sound even more exciting for her, where you're going to go to there after you finish the Instadate.